everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos. This is taken at the 3. Oh, nice move. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover,
you felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Here we go. Green, 30.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
He'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5.
What you got to do with Denver? You got their draft pick?
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay.
I would lose on purpose, but if I went out, that means I can get the bye.
Fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll buy some time right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tease Tabor.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Denver got a new stadium.
Wagner. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, it's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean.
So they got some new stadiums in the game this year. You looked at them all?
Oftentimes, the
You looked at them?
definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down at the 28. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Being able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll run it here.
You created your own playbook, Terry?
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this
You
up
created
to
your own
Shine
playbook?
Field. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move
Thought
out of the
about
bag,
it.
you
I
hope for
didn't know
more
if
than
they had
4
it on
yards,
them
but
back.
hey, 4 is what he got. Being chased out left.
You could last year.
Side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
You could change and pick your play, who blocking
pass,
where,
you never
and
know
everything.
exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run.
I ain't looked at it in this man.
Football for a nice first down.
Eluding the pressure right. That'll
Yeah,
be
you can
caught
create.
right
I know you
side
can
by
create
Lee.
already existing plays. You used to be able to create
30 yards
plays.
there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get
I
on
think
his
you could
horse.
do that.
Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll run it here with Brown. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it.
He's like a 3rd round pick, so I should get him in the 2nd round.
For a DB to stay with it.
They'll run. This is Brown. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I think Ray Lewis is like a 2nd round pick, ain't he?
When I saw those lateral type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Sideline throw, it's complete.
I want a cornerback.
And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback.
Well, my quarterback said he want to test the free agent.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Franchise tag.
Shaquille Barrett
ain't no way around
in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Throwing on 3rd and long. Day flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant you the flag.
No, I'm
with you. 3 years?
But I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That'll be a net of only 30 here.
You know about on the game.
On the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Oh,
the 4th
okay.
down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they'll go on the ground. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Day. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but that is caught.
Dang, Kyrie Tillman tearing my stuff up, huh?
As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos are in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up the first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, Day. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. It's their quarterback hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Lutz with the extra point.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll go down at the 28. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Looking to throw. Day flushed out right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Frank Clark able to get him for a loss of about 3. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling
who he trying to get?
First. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now. I have to think of major
who got the first and second pick?
How to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain.
From which teams?
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Which team?
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting.
Who got the 49ers pick? You do?
And just load up for it and see what happens.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Looking to throw on second down. Day eluding the pressure right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, They discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, to something to get you off to a quick start.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Finding room inside the 40. Completes it to Hearns. And finally brought down at the 38. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Holt. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he turned it into much more.
And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Man, this Justin Fields I'm playing against.
This is Brown on the carry. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters an open spacing and run fits and makes creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the end.
They couldn't take the lead on me again, though.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos are in for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Another receiver.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Day. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Day buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Steps away to his left. And some room to roam now. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Flush to his right. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the 1st down.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
Sir, you changed your quarterback number? That's why you're losing, huh?
Lutz now to kick this one away.
He got hurt this game?
Carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, That could possibly seal this one.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward. The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Brown. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Man.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They're going to look to throw. Finding some room at midfield. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. They'll look to throw. He's going to look here at the comebacker, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. He's back to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Back to throw. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no. They stopped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Had 2 turnovers to start the game off.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yes.
They had
Good defensive stand.
Such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they'll run it here. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Day forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in the preview. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll... Sports.